Yo, how's it going? I hope you're having a great week, and I am having a great week as well. My name is Simba, also known as Night Ranger, and today, let's talk about the 5 love languages. A little disclaimer before we start, I would like to say that this book is not only for married relationships, it could also be for treating your parents, your children, your friends, or anyone around you that you have an emotional tie with. Because personally, I do not have a girlfriend. However, I've been using the same principles in this book to talk to my friends and get to know them better as well. And it's been working seamlessly. So I hope the principles in this book would help you as well. Here, let me tell you a story. Once, a long time ago, there was a man, a young French man from the town of Provence, called Johnny. And Johnny was this man with great ambitions. And therefore, at the age of 20, he travelled across the English Channel to the other side, where fate was waiting for him to seek out a new life. And on the other side of this wide channel, he found the woman of his life. And her name was Patricia. Patricia came from Kent, and she was a country woman. And the moment these two met, they fell for each other. However, there was this one little problem. Johnny said, "Ooh, mademoiselle, tu es très belle." Then Patricia responded, "Oh, you fine young man. You're looking absolutely beautiful today." They did got off to a good start, but they didn't know each other's language. And that's why we're going to talk about the 5 love languages. It's just the same as not knowing your partner's language. In this book, there were 5 love languages, and they were named words of affirmation, quality time, receiving gifts, physical touch, and acts of service. I am going to go through each one of them and tell you how to deal with a partner with each of these character traits and how to respond and love them correctly. You see, Johnny and Patricia was a wonderful couple. And each night, Patricia would play Johnny one of her beautiful midnight guitarist solos. And each time after she plays, Johnny would say, "Oh, Patricia, you're the best guitarist in the world." And she would blossom like a flower, because she absolutely adores his affirmations. Patricia's love language is words of affirmation, meaning that if your spouse also has this love language, they would like you to praise, and they would like you to praise genuinely. It is not a hard love language to learn, but it's very important to find out what your spouse does and what you genuinely think they do well, to praise them for it, and you would see them blossom like a flower as well. Every night, the young couple also does something else. When they lie on the couch together, Johnny and Patricia would like to watch the stars. But more like Johnny just watching Patricia and Patricia just watching his starry eyes. And yeah, Johnny's love language is quality time. He likes spending time individually with Patricia, and that makes him feel loved. So if your spouse has the love language of quality time, the best thing you can do is just to be with them, to show them your undivided attention for even 10 minutes, 15 minutes per day. Tell them that they are the most important person in the world, and stare into their eyes, because they're going to love that, because I love that, because quality time is my love language. After we have talked about the lovely couple of Johnny and Patricia, let's dive into the lives of Johnny's parents, the old French couple that lives in the city of Provence. Johnny's mother's favourite holiday is Christmas. And what she adores most is receiving presents. Now we're going to talk about love language number 3, which is receiving gifts. When you observe that your spouse feels different, feels happier, feels lighter, feels that they're well loved when they receive gifts, it means that they have the love language of receiving gifts. And hence, you don't need to do that much. It is the easiest love language to train and learn to speak to your spouse. The only thing you need to do is give her £1 or £2 card. It doesn't need to be anything elaborate if you have a budget. It could even be going into the field and picking out a wildflower for him or her, because they would feel special. They would feel like that person you would like to dedicate your time to pick them out something special. Coincidentally, as the story continues, Johnny's father's favourite holiday is also Christmas. But he's not so obsessed about the receiving gifts part. He loves the Christmas turkey and the Christmas dinner. This is because his love language is love language number 4. And it is act of service. He feels most well loved when Johnny's mother prepares him a good meal. And hence, when someone does something specifically for him, he would feel special. He would feel loved. So if your spouse has the love language of acts of service, maybe do something small for them, such as clean the car, such as mop the floor, such as tidy up the room after you finish using it. Because they would feel like you care. They would feel like you are the person that is designated to be with them, to help them through daily life. Patricia's mum is a bit different from the old couple in Provence. Women are huggers, they say. And Patricia's mum is the biggest one. Every time her late husband would come back home, she would love a hug and a kiss and just to hold his hand, to embrace him, to feel his hair, to taste his tongue. Because she feels special when a man hugs her. And there we go. Patricia's mother has love language number 5, and that is physical touch. If your spouse likes physical touch, it's very simple. You need to learn how to be a hugger as well. When you embrace her, she or he would feel ever so special. They would feel loved. They would have their emotional tank filled to the brim because you're touching them, and they just love that. Stories aside, I would like to say that this book is written for heterosexual relationships. So I really pose a question to you here. Do you think it'll be any different for homosexual relationships? Because I have no idea. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. I love you so much. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.